Have you ever felt like you want to quit your corporate job now, right now? If you work in a corporate 9 to 5 office job, I'm sure not even once you wanted to quit your job. I'm sure of it because I have been in corporate for the past 6 years and this feeling is very familiar to me. And the reasoning behind it can be anything. You can be stressed, you can be overwhelmed, the feeling of not belonging to that place, you name it. While all these feelings are valid, I also want to be realistic. And which is why in today's video, I want to talk about why we shouldn't quit, why we shouldn't make any emotional decisions in quitting our corporate office job in 2025. At least not yet. And I hope today's video will help me and you to get back to the reality and actually understand that emotional decisions in quitting our job should not be made. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Hi, this is me, Amina, and welcome back to my channel. On this channel, we talk about all the personal finance, budgeting, and all the other important topics in life. And in today's video, I want to talk about why it's important not to make emotional decisions in quitting our corporate 9 to 5 office job in 2025. At least not yet. YouTube is flooded with videos where everybody is quitting their job now. I don't like this trend. I think this trend is very toxic. Why? Let me explain. Why do I think this trend is toxic? This trend is toxic because people who watch these videos might be emotionally unstable in the moment and overwhelmed with work, and they might be triggered to do the same. So, an emotional decision, in my opinion, is something that we take today without knowing what we're gonna do tomorrow, without having a plan, without having a strategy. And I think it's very dangerous, especially if we don't have any side hustle or anything to rely on. This can be very dangerous for us in the long term. If you are in this position where you are so triggered, so overwhelmed, and you want to quit your job now, wait. Do not rush. People who are posting these videos on YouTube, they might have different circumstances in life. Actually, everyone has different circumstances in life, and we never know the full picture of what the other person is experiencing in life and what it took the other person to quit the job. So first question we need to ask, okay, this person quit his or her corporate job. Does he or she have something or someone to rely on? For example, if this person is married, does this person has a partner who can he rely on? Second question, does this person have a free cash that he can use while he is unemployed? Or maybe this person didn't leave to unemployment. Maybe this person simply changed the job, or this person went to do his own business. All these circumstances, they matter. All these factors, they matter. So do not rush in taking this decision thinking that everybody else does and it's okay. Another thing that we cannot ignore is that our responsibilities. Everybody has responsibilities. Different people have different responsibilities. I might have debt, you might have mortgage that you need to pay for, someone else might have mortgage and kids. Everybody has their own responsibilities. So by making this emotional decision of quitting our corporate job, we are putting all these responsibilities under the risk. What we should be asking ourselves is that, can I afford to quit my job financially? Is this decision of quitting your job is fitting your long-term plans? If you are in this situation right now that you want to quit your job, you shouldn't rush, because there are certain steps that you can take before quitting your job in understanding on what you really want to do, what really will help you in the long term. What are these steps that you can take before you quit your job? First of all, you can take your leave. whether it's paid or unpaid. I think it's still better to take your unpaid leave if you do not have enough of paid leave. Use the 2-3 weeks and really understand what is bothering you and what is the root cause of why you want to quit. So take pen and paper, write everything down, what is triggering you, overwhelming, and do not think that certain things are small, doesn't matter. Anything that comes to mind should be written down. And then look at this pen and paper, read these factors out loud, and think for yourself if these things are something that you can resolve, these things are something that are temporary. If these things are temporary, it means this time will pass, and then you might be happier in your corporate job a little bit later. If there is a more serious root cause, then try to find out what you really don't like about it. If you don't like your job, try to find out what you want to do. Try to think, try to ask yourself, what do I really want to do? What do I want to do in the long term? How do I want to make money? What should I do? What will make me happy? And these questions you can still ask yourself while being at your corporate job. Because remember, we still have all the responsibilities that we need to pay for, and being unemployed adds this extra pressure of thinking how to pay for these responsibilities. Let's say you took all your leave, you had your unpaid leave, you came back to work, you're fresh, and you're very convinced you still want to quit. And as I said, the first step is to understand the root cause and try to understand what you want to do. But from my side, I want to give you 3 factors that you should have in mind today in 2025 in taking this decision. The first factor is the economic situation in 2025. Economic situation is in 2025 is not looking so good. Salaries are not increasing. The job applications are decreasing. The applicants per one application is increasing. So essentially what that means is that instead of the normal 3 to 6 months period of trying to find a job, now it may take longer. It may take more than 6, 7, 8. We don't know. But what does this mean for us? What does this mean to us financially? Let's say if I spend $2,000 per month for my basic life, rent, food, and the sports that I'm doing, let's say, multiply that by 6, it gives me $12,000. It means that minimum I should have $12,000 for my basic life to sustain my next 6 months while I'm trying to look for a job. Essentially, that means that I would need $12,000 to sustain my basic life for the next 6 months. What if I don't find a new job in 6 months? I would need to have some buffer. So maybe I should have $15,000 or $18,000 just in case. And the question is, do I have this much money that I can dedicate to my next 6 months of unemployment? Or maybe within these 6 months, I want to try something new that's gonna bring me money. But do I know how much it's gonna make me? Do I know if I can find a job earlier? The second factor to have in mind when taking such a decision is the financial stability that your corporate job offers. There is some sort of financial stability. In other words, you know that on a certain date you will receive X amount of money, and you know that from this X amount of money you will pay Y amount of rent, and the rest will go on your food and all the other basic needs and other responsibilities. So you know for sure. A lot of people say financial stability doesn't exist, it's fake, but I don't really believe in it, because in some way it does exist. Because again, you know that tomorrow you will receive your salary. Okay, granted, doing our job, we know that tomorrow we will receive our salary, and tomorrow we'll be able to pay for our rent and food and all the other stuff. So in a way, it exists. Additionally to financial stability, every job offers a routine and structure to our day. I am someone who loves routine and structure in my day. I go to bed relatively early. Corporate job keeps me in check, keeps me accountable for the decision of when I'm going to bed. The last point that I want to mention is the opportunities. In corporate, there is some sort of career opportunities. You can probably move across different teams, you can probably move up, and these are the opportunities that you won't find, for example, if you are doing your own business. Second type of opportunity is all these experiences and all these travels that you are able to have and do now is because of your essentially monthly paychecks. It's because you are trading your time for these paychecks. You're able to receive this money and go explore the world and go explore different things. Yes, with limited number of days, but still you're able to have these different types of experiences because of it. Those are the three main factors that I wanted to talk about essentially. And now, since this is the end of the video, I want to remind myself and you that let's not rush in making emotional decision, and it's such an important decision because in the long term it may hurt us. That's it from me for today. Thanks for watching. Bye.